Hey there, what's up? Ever felt like you were speaking English, but people weren't understanding you? Or worse, you understand everything, but when it's time to respond, you freeze, and all that comes out is, the book is on the table. Calm down, take a breath, you're not alone in this. The truth is, sometimes the English we learn in books isn't the same as what natives use in everyday life. You know those funny expressions that, if we translate them literally, make absolutely no sense? Well, they're the key to unlocking your fluency. Imagine the scene, you in an important conversation, and suddenly a blank. The words disappear, and communication turns into a disaster. But what if I told you there's a way to avoid this fluency emergency? In today's video, I'm going to show you some secret idioms that will boost your English and make you sound like a native. And the best part, you'll learn everything in a light, fun, and super practical way. Don't let your English let you down. Stick around until the end and discover how to master these expressions and never be in trouble in conversations again. After all, here at Learn English Secrets, I reveal to you the best secrets that schools don't tell you. And you know the drill, right? If you want to learn real English and never go through hardships again, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any tips. This is your chance to transform your English. So let's go! Humor with idioms. Ready to unravel the secrets of English in a super fun way? We're going to start exploring a world full of crazy expressions, the famous idioms. You know those phrases that, if you translate them literally, don't make any sense? Well, English is full of them, and we're going to learn to master them with a lot of lightness and, of course, good laughs. Ever thought about someone wishing you to break a leg before a presentation? Calm down, relax. No one wants to hurt you. This is just a humorous way of wishing you good luck, like a go for it, but better. And it's precisely this unexpected interpretation that makes idioms so funny. They show how phrases can completely go out of the context we imagine, generating hilarious situations. The big trick is to understand that idioms don't have a literal meaning. They carry a huge cultural baggage, a story behind them that only makes sense to those who are familiar with the language. And guess what? We're going to demystify all of this together. Humor is an incredible tool for this, because we relax, have fun, and, in turn, learn a lot. Ever imagined the scene of someone literally throwing in the towel in the middle of a conversation? It would be strange to say the least, right? But the truth is that this expression means giving up, surrendering. And that's where the beauty of English lies. It's full of surprises like this, of traps that make us laugh and think. Understanding this disconnect between the literal and figurative meaning is the first step to venture into this universe in a relaxed way. And why is it so important to reflect on these comical moments? Because they help us to better interpret the nuances of conversations, to understand what's really behind the words. This creates a light and fun environment to explore other idioms without fear of making mistakes, without worrying about sounding strange. After all, the important thing is to communicate, and if there's a laugh along the way, even better. This initial dose of fun prepares us to dive into deeper meanings, to discover the stories that each expression carries with it. This new vision opens space to realize that each idiom has its own identity, its own origin, and that learning them is like making new friends, each with its own peculiarity. So, get ready to laugh, learn, and be surprised by the secrets of English. Concept of expressions. As we've already seen, idioms are much more than just simple phrases. They are expressions whose meaning cannot be deduced by literal translation. That is, if you take each word and try to put them together, you won't reach the correct conclusion. It's like trying to assemble a puzzle with the pieces loose. It doesn't work. Idioms are a fundamental part of the culture and daily life of native speakers. They enrich the conversation, give a special touch to communication. It's as if they were spices that make the recipe more flavorful. And learning these spices helps you understand jokes, movies, series, informal conversations. In short, it brings you much closer to natives and the local culture. Ever thought about finally understanding that joke that everyone laughs at and you're left clueless? Or watching a movie without subtitles and capturing all the nuances of the story? That's what knowledge of idioms provides you. It's like having a key that opens doors to a new world of possibilities. Using idioms is a sign of familiarity and fluency. It shows that you're not just a robot repeating memorized phrases, but someone who really understands the language and the culture behind it. This brings an incredible naturalness to your speech, makes you sound more confident and secure. Once you understand the logic behind idioms, English gains another level of depth, becomes something much more interesting and enjoyable to learn. Of course, at first glance, they may seem confusing, even scary. But don't be intimidated. The appropriate use of idioms is extremely valued. It's a differentiator that sets you apart from other students. It's as if you were showing that you're not just learning the language, but that you're becoming part of the community, that you're integrating into the culture. And this is one of the greatest rewards of learning a new language. So, are you enjoying unraveling the secrets of English? Then tell me in the comments, what was the strangest idiom you've ever heard? Share your experience. Let's laugh and learn together. Understanding what's behind idioms instigates curiosity, makes you want to identify more and more interesting expressions. It's like discovering a hidden treasure, a new way to express yourself and connect with the world. Next, we're going to explore some of the main expressions used in daily life, those that you'll hear frequently and that will help you feel much more confident in your conversations. Initial expressions. It's time to get your hands dirty and learn some super useful idioms for everyday life. Let's start with a blessing in disguise. This expression teaches us that not every setback is bad, that something negative can turn into a great opportunity. You know when you lose a job and suddenly a proposal comes up for a much better career and more aligned with your goals. Well, that's a blessing in disguise. Another cool idiom is a dime a dozen. This expression shows that something is so common, so easy to find, that it ends up losing its special value. Think of those sushi restaurants in tourist areas, which have one on every corner. Their presence is so common that it no longer attracts attention. There's nothing special about them. It's as if they were a dime a dozen. Now, let's talk about actions speak louder than words. This expression highlights the importance of what we do instead of what we say. Our attitudes demonstrate our true intentions and can motivate people's confidence in any situation. It's no use promising rivers and mountains if you don't deliver on what you promise, right? Actions will always speak louder. How about the expression, "I'm all ears"? This is a super nice way to reveal a sincere interest in listening to someone, to demonstrate total attention to what the person is saying. You know when a friend needs to vent and you want to show that you're there for them, willing to listen to everything with affection and attention? Just say, "I'm all ears." This expression encourages connection and the sharing of personal stories, strengthens friendships. Finally, let's learn about beat around the bush. This expression represents the idea of avoiding the main point in a conversation, of stalling without getting to the subject that really matters. You know when someone keeps going around and around before saying what they really want? That's it. Being direct usually makes communication much clearer and more efficient, something valuable for everyday life. So, avoid beat around the bush and get straight to the point. Expressions of determination. Now, let's focus on expressions that convey determination, that force that drives us to keep moving forward, even in the face of challenges. The first one is bite the bullet. This expression encourages you to face challenges with courage and determination, even if they seem scary. You know when you have to do something that scares you a lot, but you know it's important for your growth? It's time to bite the bullet and move on. Another curious idiom is break a leg. This is a fun way to wish good luck, especially before presentations, shows, plays. It's interesting how an apparently negative phrase reveals a sincere wish for success. The origin of this expression is uncertain, but it's believed to have originated in the theater, where wishing the opposite of what you want is a way to avoid bad luck. So if someone tells you, break a leg, you can smile and thank them, because that person is rooting for you a lot. Now, let's talk about cost an arm and a leg. This expression reinforces the idea that something is extremely expensive, that it costs a lot of money. You know when you see a dream car, but the price is so high that it seems like you'll have to sell an arm and a leg to buy it? That's exactly the feeling that this expression conveys. Used in situations of purchases or investments, it draws attention to the high price, to the need to think carefully before making a decision. How about the expression, cut to the chase? This expression points to the need to get straight to the point, without detours, without stalling. In meetings, important conversations, presentations, being objective saves time and avoids confusion, ensures that the message is transmitted clearly and efficiently. So, next time you feel that someone is stalling too much, say, cut to the chase. Finally, let's learn about easy as pie, or piece of cake. This expression celebrates the ease of certain tasks, shows that something is very simple to do. You know when you get a recipe and realize that it's so easy that it seems like child's play? It's easy as pie, or piece of cake. This expression simplifies the understanding, shows that some activities are as simple as a quick snack that don't require much effort or knowledge. Shower of optimism. It's time to spread positivity with some more idioms. Let's see expressions that help us maintain optimism, to see the good side of life, even when things don't go as planned. The first one is, every cloud has a silver lining. This expression reminds us that even in bad situations, there is something positive. That even in dark moments, it's possible to find a ray of hope. This optimistic view encourages you to seek the light, to believe that the sun always shines again after the storm. Another inspiring idiom is go the extra mile. This expression suggests that making an extra effort, going beyond what is expected, can bring exceptional results. The extra dedication differentiates personal and professional projects, opens new opportunities, puts you in the spotlight. It's like taking one more step in the direction of your dreams, showing that you're willing to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. Now, let's talk about hit the nail on the head. This expression indicates that someone has identified exactly the central point of a subject, that they've hit the mark in their analysis. It's like finding the missing piece to complete the puzzle, having an insight that illuminates the situation. This expression is praised for valuing precision and clarity in communications, for showing that the person is attentive to details and is able to grasp the essence of things. How about the expression, in a nutshell? This expression summarizes complex ideas in a simple and accessible way, helps you to convey important information concisely and efficiently. It's especially useful for concluding long explanations to ensure that the message is well understood by everyone. It's like taking an entire book and turning it into a summary of a few pages without losing the essence of the story. Finally, let's learn about It's Raining Cats and Dogs. This is a fun way to describe a very heavy rain, one that floods the streets and makes us want to stay home under the covers. Even with its exaggerated character, this expression illustrates how unusual images can facilitate understanding, how a metaphor can make communication more interesting and memorable. So, did you enjoy this shower of optimism? If this video inspired you to see the good side of things and gave you an extra dose of motivation, don't forget to leave your like. It's quick, costs nothing, and helps the channel a lot to continue bringing incredible content like this for you.
Secrets revealed. You know when you hear someone say, "Let the cat out of the bag." Literally, it would be something like, "Let the cat out of the bag." But calm down, there's no kitty involved. This expression is used when a secret is revealed unintentionally, you know? Like when you're planning a surprise party and someone blurts out the information without meaning to. It's as if the secret, which was well kept in the bag, suddenly escapes. How about once in a blue moon? Ever heard this one? The literal translation would be once in a blue moon. This is for those extremely rare events that almost never happen. Think of that unmissable promotion that only appears once in a lifetime, or that chance encounter with a friend who lives far away. These are things so rare that we are even surprised when they happen. Now, a valuable tip. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Just imagine putting all your eggs in a single basket, and suddenly it falls. Total disaster, right? This expression teaches us not to risk everything on a single opportunity. It's like investing all your money in a single stock, or betting all your chips on a single project. Diversifying is the key to avoiding big losses and ensuring that if something goes wrong, you still have other options. And for the most anxious, a lesson in patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. This phrase is a reminder that great achievements require time, effort, and persistence. There's no use wanting to learn English overnight or build a successful business in a week. You need to be patient, keep moving forward, and know that each small step brings you closer to your final goal. Finally, an expression that celebrates harmony. See eye to eye. See eye to eye, you know? This is for when two people agree on everything, have the same opinion, and are in perfect harmony. It's that good feeling of being aligned with someone, of understanding and being understood. Whether in a work project, in a relationship, or in a discussion, see eye to eye facilitates communication and strengthens bonds. So, next time you hear one of these expressions, you'll already know what they really mean and even use them in your conversations in English. Final surprise. Starting with spill the beans, which literally would be something like spill the beans. Imagine the scene. You're keeping a secret under lock and key, but unintentionally, you end up revealing everything. It's as if the beans, which were well kept, spread all over the place. Impossible to collect. This expression is perfect for when we accidentally blurt out a gossip or reveal a surprise before the time. How about take a rain check? This is for those moments when we need to postpone a commitment. but without losing hope that it will happen soon. You know when you make plans to go out with a friend, but an unforeseen event arises and you need to cancel. Instead of simply saying, "I can't," you can say, "Let's take a rain check," which means let's reschedule for another day. It's a polite and friendly way to show that you're still interested in meeting up. Now, an expression that puts the responsibility in your hands. The ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. This is for those moments when the final decision depends on you. Think of a negotiation in which you made a proposal and now you're waiting for the other party's response. The ball is in their court. That is, they need to take the initiative and decide whether or not to accept your offer. And for those who like to seize every opportunity, a valuable tip. The early bird catches the worm. The early bird catches the worm. This expression celebrates the benefits of being punctual, proactive, and getting ahead of others. Those who arrive early, prepare in advance, and don't waste time have a better chance of achieving their goals and taking advantage of the best opportunities. Last but not least, an expression that reminds us that it's not always necessary to insist. Throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. This is for when we realize that a challenge is greater than we can bear and decide to give up. But calm down. Don't see this as a defeat. Sometimes recognizing the moment to retreat or change strategy is the best way to ensure long-term success. After all, not all battles are worth fighting. So, are you ready to use these expressions in your daily life?
Practical application. So, are you enjoying learning these secrets of English? Now it's time to put everything into practice. It's no use just knowing the expressions. You need to use them so that they become part of your vocabulary and your way of communicating. So, let's go. The first tip is use idioms in daily conversations. Start slowly with friends who are also learning English or in informal situations. The more you practice, the more natural it will become. Another fun way to fix the expressions is to write small stories using the idioms you've learned. Use creativity, invent funny situations, and see how the expressions fit perfectly into the narrative. In addition to improving your memory, you'll have fun and learn in an interactive way. How about diving into the world of music and cinema in English? Listen to music, watch movies and series, and pay attention to the spontaneous use of idioms. Write down the expressions you don't know, research the meaning, and try to identify the context in which they are used. This practice will enrich your vocabulary and help you better understand the culture behind the language. Don't forget to repeat the phrases out loud. In addition to helping you memorize, this practice will improve your pronunciation and your intonation. Try to imitate the way native speakers pronounce the words, paying attention to the rhythm and musicality of the language. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel when speaking English. Speaking of confidence, what was the expression you learned today that you already want to use in a conversation tomorrow? Tell us in the comments. And remember, learning a language is something continuous. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, to experiment, and to have fun. The more you dedicate yourself, the closer you'll be to achieving fluency and communicating with the whole world.
Cultural context. Have you ever stopped to think that each expression in English carries with it a history, a tradition, a piece of the culture of native speakers? It's as if each idiom was a portal to a world of customs, beliefs, and values. Understanding these roots enriches learning and makes communication much more authentic and meaningful. Many of these expressions arose from historical situations, from ancient customs, and even from everyday nature. Knowing the origin of an idiom is like unraveling a mystery. It's having a broader vision of the cultural mentality and the way people think and express themselves. Remember the expression break a leg, which means good luck? The story behind this phrase is super curious. In the theater, wishing good luck directly was considered a bad omen. So, to ward off bad luck, the actors began to use the expression break a leg, which ironically meant the opposite. This tradition remains to this day and shows how the world of the arts is full of superstitions and peculiarities. How about the expression, don't put all your eggs in one basket, which teaches us not to risk everything on a single opportunity? This advice of prudence reflects the importance of risk diversification, a valuable tip for investments, businesses, and even for personal life. Do you notice how practical and cultural tips go hand in communication? This reflection on the culture behind the expressions shows us that learning a language is much more than memorizing words and grammatical rules. It's connecting with the living language, with the people who speak it, and with the history it carries. It's opening yourself up to a world of new perspectives and experiences.
Final reflection. And so, we've reached the end of our lesson through the world of idioms. I hope you had fun and learned a lot. But before we say goodbye, I want to invite you to a final reflection. Learning idioms is much more than memorizing phrases. It's diving into stories, cultures, and emotions. It's connecting with the soul of the language and with the people who speak it. Constant practice is fundamental to transform learning into something natural and intuitive. Try using idioms in different contexts. Observe how native speakers express themselves. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you practice, the more confidence you'll have to communicate in English. Remember that humor and fun are great allies in learning. Use creativity, invent funny stories, and see how idioms can make your conversations lighter and more interesting. After all, learning a language doesn't have to be an arduous and tedious task. It can be an exciting and rewarding adventure. The reflection on the meanings and origins of the expressions helps you develop a deeper appreciation for the language. The more you understand the history behind each idiom, the more you value its richness and its diversity. This critical understanding contributes to a richer and more diverse mastery of English. By recognizing the value of each expression, you prepare for increasingly natural and meaningful interactions. You become a more effective communicator, capable of expressing yourself with clarity, precision, and elegance. And most importantly, you connect with people on a deeper level, building stronger and more lasting relationships. So continue exploring, learning, and having fun with English. This moment of discoveries is the key to transforming study into a dynamic and engaging experience. And don't forget, the world is full of opportunities for those who master the language. Take advantage of each one of them and soar high. Conclusion. Hey guys, did you enjoy unlocking these super secret idioms? I hope so.
Now you have an incredible arsenal to boost your English and never go through hardships again. But hey, it's no use just watching the video, huh? You have to put it into practice. And as usual, let's test your superpower of listening and comprehension. Pay close attention to today's secret phrase. A fluency emergency happens when. So, did you get the tip? Now it's up to you. Write in the comments what you understood and complete the phrase in a creative and fun way. I want to see your imagination soaring high. Oh, and before I forget, if this video helped you unlock your English, don't forget to leave that smart like and subscribe to the channel. That way, you don't miss any tips, and you also help me continue revealing the Learn English secrets for you. And speaking of secrets, with Learn English Secrets, your English will never be a mystery again. Keep practicing and exploring the Learn English secrets by watching this video or accessing this playlist here. See you in the next video.